Instead, a lot of women nowadays want to be so defensive, want to be like, no, it's not that. No, women are this. No, it's not me. No, it's him. It's all these men. Men are the problem. Men is that. Like, damn, these females out here need to sit down with themselves, learn themselves, love themselves. If you're with somebody, you'll know they're for you when you're elevating yourself, when you're elevating together, when they make you a better person. What is up, my BBossBaddies and my Batman fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about what you need to know about women, all women. Number one thing, and this is just so important. This is something that has to be talked about. But make sure you check out my social media. Make sure you check out my other YouTube channels. I just started another one, and on that channel I'm going to be talking about personal life. I am going to be doing a whole lot of life advices, and I'm going to be doing all types of different stuff that you will only see on there, not on here. So make sure you check that out, and of course make sure you check out my Patreon. Make sure you check out all my other social medias. I don't know if I already said that, but anyways, so let's go ahead and get into it. So with this number one thing, this is so very important for men to understand this and know about this, because they'll start understanding why women nature is like this, why women do certain stuff, why women will never get over certain things and certain men. Why? Never, ever. Okay, so I know some of you guys are just probably like, skip all the talk, but I just want you guys to really take this in. Don't let it go over your head. Just take it in. Okay, so the number one thing that all men need to know about women nature, that a woman will always go back to that rude guy if she never heals. Some may feel like, oh, this is not that important to know. Some may not really care to hear this. Listen, fellas, the reason why you guys are not understanding why women keep choosing these guys that treat them like shit, treat them like they're not valuable, treat them less of a woman, is because they are not healed inside. They are broken. They are mending themselves with men. They're choosing men to basically feel like this is what's going to heal them. This is what's going to make them come back together with what's missing, and then the inside appearance that they haven't fixed. So a lot of women nowadays, they skip this part of healing. They skip it and they jump into so many different things. And I just said this in the other video, and I just said, I don't know which video it was. I don't know which video is going to go up first, but I was talking about specifically how women literally go straight to a whole phase because they don't even want to heal. And the thing is, it's not even about them not wanting to heal, but it's just more of like, they're so stuck in this world. They're not woke enough to understand, like, girl, you're hurting yourself even more. Girl, you're choosing to be broken even more. You're choosing all of this. Instead, a lot of women nowadays want to be so defensive, want to be like, no, it's not that. No, women are this. No, it's not me. No, it's him. It's all these men. Men are the problem. Men is that. Like, damn, they just don't want to sit down and relax. And the women that you see that are actually in a healthy relationship, actually happy with their men, they went through healing. Because I'm telling you guys now, it's impossible to stay with somebody in a healthy relationship if you have not healed or did some healing. At least gotten from one of the biggest things that's breaking you or cause damage in you or cause you to be toxic. Unless you literally figured out the problem and how to work with it, then you will forever be in a toxic relationship. That woman will forever choose the man that's not for her. She will forever choose a man that won't do nothing for her, but basically toss her around, basically use her up until he's done with her, until he finds another good looking woman that maybe has a little bit more value. And the sad part about it is girls don't see the value in themselves. So part of healing, I think girls kind of just run away from that because they don't understand how much it's making other things not work in their life, and it's starting from inside. So all the trust issues that women may have, women don't want to take time for themselves. And this goes to the women that are just chasing men or always with a man, and they're doing this because they're so scared of being with themselves, being in love with themselves. And it's not something that I'm trying to say, oh, they're scared to do it and they just don't want to go and jump into loving themselves. But women don't want to do that first. No, they want to find a man and then they want to heal after that. They want to find that man, heal, and then after they heal, they want everything to be lovely. Nope, because you see how a lot of women are backwards. They want to do that instead of healing first and then hoping she will be with the man that treats her good. What's so sad about all of this is that a lot of women out here that are broken and need healing, they get with the man and then they just break even more. They get to such a lower place. And the men that they should be choosing for themselves, those men they don't pick and they choose the bad guy for her, and then they just break even more. They just get to a lower place even more. So it's just like, you know, when they say, oh, if you're with somebody, you'll know they're for you when you're elevating yourself, when you're elevating together, when they make you a better person. But nope, for so many women out here that keep choosing these guys that are not good for them, the rude guys, they keep choosing that is because they don't know their value. And then on top of that, the guys make it even worse on them. And some guys care, some guys don't care, some guys see it, some guys don't. But at the end of the day, if they know that woman will never leave, if they know these women right here that have low value will forever come to him, they don't care. They don't. What do they lose it? It's not hurting them to treat this girl like shit. It's not hurting them to cheat on the girl. It's not hurting them at all. If anything, it might hurt their pockets, but they got so much money. They don't care. They got other girls. They don't care. So guys out here are not valuing women, and women will already know. And I was just talking about this. I was like, women already kind of know what they're getting into. They see how he moves. They see what they did, but the value that they feel like they have is not valuable at all. They feel like their beauty is so valuable that will keep any man. And that's one big problem. One big problem that women feel like they should rely on their beauty so much. And then when men see that they're not valued inside and use them up, they're in their feelings. But baby girl, you didn't want to work on anything inside, only outside. So the problem now, it becomes like, how long are you going to try to cover up this hurting image, this broken scars that you have? How long? And that's the sad part. Girls think that they can just take a bandage and just put it on that scar. It's all better now. It's all better now until you're crying and you're getting cheated on over and over. You keep going back to the same man that keeps treating you bad. And please, you guys, keep in mind, I'm actually going to be starting another, well, I started another channel, but I'm going to actually be talking about advices to women. Like, all this healing stuff, what women need to do, start working on all this stuff so they can be a better woman and become high value. Because honestly, like, I love helping you fellas, but I know for sure there's a lot of females I've talked to and I was able to help. So it's beautiful thing to see just any human being literally elevate, grow, find love, find themselves. And at the end of the day, whether we're trying to find love and we're going through all this with the opposite sex, or you know what, whatever, maybe the same sex, whatever is going on with you, it gets so difficult. But what we have to understand is, and I always say this, but we're all human. So each person has something that they need to work on. And then some have more than others. But basically, it becomes where it's like, you have to pass this middle line. You have to be able to pass this middle line. And a lot of girls, you know, they'll get so close to finding themselves, to healing, but yet they'll still go and pick that bad guy or go back to that toxic ex, and it brings them 10 times down. And that's where all their name calling, all the cheating, all the lying that some of these guys do out here, when that starts happening, it's like women are going backwards. And it makes them even more backwards in life. You get what I'm saying? With the decisions that they're making, the men that they're choosing, it makes them become more backwards. Just because the men that they continue to choose is sending them back 10 times more. 5 times more, 20 times more. And it's like, that's why it's so important to give time to yourself. It's so important to dedicate time to yourself. These females out here need to sit down with themselves, learn themselves, love themselves. And so they can actually go pick this guy that's actually good for them. So no matter what, fellas, if that girl is literally dealing with the same problems that she was always dealing with, going back to the same ex, you fellas out here, and I tell you guys, you have no business trying to fix it for her. You guys, and I haven't said this in a minute, but stop trying to be a hero. Stop trying to save a hoe. Because all these hoes that haven't been saved and these guys went to go save them, they couldn't save them. Because they needed to save themselves, or because they're a real life hoe and they have no value, or they're so broken that they'll never ever see any value in themselves. And it's sad because legit, I know there's girls out here that will never ever respect themselves, love themselves, treat themselves better. It's unfortunate, but it's real, and this is life. You get what I'm saying? So really, like, to close all this off, like, a lot of guys really are trying to be out here to want to love a girl. They want a woman, and yet they don't understand nothing. They say it's too complicated. And now I want to give props to the guys that said, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to put up with it. It's not for me. You know, those type of girls, it's too much work. And I understand that. But I definitely want to say that at the same time that it took you to learn that this is where you should be, this is the mentality that you need to have, is the same thing that a lot of girls will, some will reach, some won't. But that's why I say, like, don't have this mindset that all girls are the same. There is some girls out here that eventually become a real woman. You get what I'm saying? So back to the woman thing, where a lot of girls are still girls and still immature. It's just going to be a cycle for some girls. They're just going to keep going through it. If there's no healing, nothing will ever change. And honestly, sometimes it takes the right man in a woman's life, but it's not by force. When a woman can naturally grow with somebody without trying and not using them up, it happens where two people fall in love that never meant to fall in love, and now it's a beautiful ending. It happens like that. But for sure, I'm telling you, if they don't have potential, don't try to find potential. A woman is a woman, and she needs to figure out how to be a woman. Unless she wants to still be a girl forever, let her be a girl. There's going to be girls that are 50 years old, 60 years old. They're forever a girl. And I mean mentality-wise, because they haven't been able to mature and grow. And then this heart, the healing, the soul, the healing, it hasn't ever happened, hasn't happened enough. And now she's stuck being this person that doesn't know her value and only chooses men that really make her worse. So like I said, you guys, I really want to get into talking to girls. I used to do a few advices for females, so most definitely I can't wait to get back into that. It's actually going to be pretty fun. And you know, I know a lot of you guys are always going to support me, so I want to just say thank you for all that. I know no matter what I say, there's some real hardcore riders. So thank you guys. But I really hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my Patreon, and of course make sure you check out my new YouTube channel, and make sure that post notification is on. And yes, you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, you guys.